Hurricane Milton is still a major, very strong hurricane. There is high confidence that this hurricane is going to pack a major, major punch.
The wind gusts are now up to 220 miles per hour.
This rapid intensification.
Nearly 20 million people in the United States are currently in the path of Hurricane Milton.
All right, guys, so we are back with another hurricane video. Today is Tuesday, October 8th. And pretty much everybody in the state of Florida is preparing for Hurricane Milton to be hitting us very, very soon. So this is something, if you don't know anything about the storm, this is going to be a massive hurricane that has a lot of destruction, particularly for the West Coast, which absolutely breaks our heart because part of our heart is just, it's our home away from home, the West Coast. So if you guys are, who are watching this, if you guys are from the West Coast, know somebody who's from the West Coast, our hearts and our prayers go out to you guys. But Eddie and I, we are now preparing the house. So you guys will be seeing later in time. We just got back this morning from a trip from Arizona. Our flight landed at 6 a.m. and this storm is predicted to be starting to hit us tomorrow. So we're kind of running around, scrambling around the house to get this place ready because Hurricane Milton, it is now at a Category 5. It's sitting out in the Gulf Coast or the Gulf of Mexico. It's sitting out there. It is just building strength due to the warm waters. It's going to, when it hits the West Coast, right now it's predicted to be at a Category 3. And then when it hits Central Florida, which is where we are here in Orlando, it's going to be a Category 2. As it exits the state on the east side, it's still going to sit at a Category 1. So that just shows you the strength that the storm is building up to be and the potential impact that we have. So for us right now, like I said, we are working on regular preparations and kind of going above and beyond because not only is this storm going to be insane, but Eddie works, he's a first responder, so he will be out there at the firehouse and I'm going to be at our home base taking care of the animals in our house. I just got done going to Publix, absolutely insane. And then we were able to fill up both vehicles as well with gas, which was a whole nother process.
I've checked 6 different gas stations and this is the only one that has gas. Like, people are going so nuts, there's a Tesla that even needs gas.
So one other thing I wanted to mention as well is this storm is now back at a Category 5. This just shows the magnitude. For me, my job, I am working from home until I do not have power for the rest of the week. The airport, after today, no more flights in, no more flights out. Disney World is closed. Schools are all closed. The entire state, I think at this point, is in a state of emergency.
All right, so Eddie's taking our beautiful sail down that's above the pool. Definitely something that would be ripped to shreds
if he did not remove it. I also want to give a quick garden update. This is more for me probably than anybody else here. This year though, we have raised garden beds. The last time we had Hurricane Ian come through, it completely wiped out my garden. It was fully submerged due to the excessive amount of rain. So
this is what we're working with this year. This garden bed doesn't have a lot except for a plumeria. We have our tomato plants. And then we also have lots of peppers and corn. And then this is our herb garden with our eggplants.
So this is just kind of what we're working with. I'm worried that a lot of the stuff's gonna get honestly ripped up and destroyed, but we will see what ends up lasting.
Okay, so it's kind of crazy out here. Like we said, we were on vacation, and honestly the lake in general has been very high, but this is to show where the lake currently sits. We already have a kayak down at the bottom.
This was from Hurricane Helene. We got rid of this kayak because as the water rises for the lake, it can actually like wiggle itself out potentially.
I am now going to work on removing our duck deterrent from our platform
while Eddie finishes wrapping up,
pulling down the wind sail,
and then we're gonna keep moving.
So the plan with our ladybirds right now, they're gonna hang outside until they no longer can stay outside. Once the storm gets too crazy, these ladybirds,
they are moving in and they're going to be coming inside, hanging out in their favorite guest bathtub, and we will make sure they have perches, lots of food, lots of water, good company, and they'll be safe and sound. Because all jokes aside, like I absolutely love my chickens and we're gonna make sure that they're well taken care of. So unfortunately, during Hurricane Ian, we had part of the patio get messed up, and it's actually gonna be this December we're supposed to fix it when it's a little bit more cool and comfortable. But what's happening is the water is pooling up and it's hitting straight down on the ground and it's causing it to erode. So our thought this time, we got some stone, we got some rock, and we are filling it in to try to help so that as it rains excessively during the hurricane, we've got a level of coverage so we're not gonna be in a big problem. No one said you can't be purposeful, multitask. Eddie is mowing and bringing the rocks for the erosion at the same time. It's the final result that we came up with. It's janky, there's no denying it, but it should help with that. That's what we're working with, so here we go.
This girl is definitely her father's daughter. Who cares as much about their lawn? It's dark. I mowed to make her happy. It's dark and she's edging in flip-flops.
Okay, so we just finished doing an impromptu task that was needed. We ended up mowing and edging, not necessarily hurricane prep. It doesn't hurt, but it was well overdue. So we ended up doing that too. I think now we're gonna shift to moving stuff from the patio inside and then tying down whatever else we want to keep inside the patio, and then moving my plants in. And I think that's it for the rest of the night. I think are gonna leave the boat and the jet ski here. Eddie's moving the Jeep. He will be going to work tomorrow. He's a first responder, so he's gonna be going in the Jeep intentionally in case there is debris when he does eventually get released to come home. And I think the van is gonna stay here because it's relatively protected. And then if I need to, you know, use the van because it's fully built out, I have the ability to do so. So that's the thought process. All right, so we've shifted all my beautiful plants in from the front, the trash, the recycling. The last thing we have left is the patio, and then I think we're gonna call it quits. Actually, no, one more thing. We're gonna do the extension cords. Eddie's gonna teach me how to run the generator because like I said, he is a firefighter, so he is not gonna be here during the storm. He works tomorrow, and then he's absolutely gonna be held over on Thursday, so I have to know how to be self-sufficient without him. So we're gonna learn how to run the generator, and I'm gonna make sure anything else that he thinks I should know, we're gonna practice that now. Pro tip as well, if you have any laundry that you have to do, go ahead and knock it out because most likely you are going to lose power. And we also ran the dishes too. That way we're good to go when we lose power. All right, and lastly, we are bringing our patio inside. Hurricanes, honestly, are an absolute lots of work, but it's kind of the reality of how it is.
Yeah, on that one corner.
Ready? And up. Okay, folks, we've got some plant action happening in the house. How are you feeling about this, Eddie? I'm nervous now.
A little insane, but worth it. This is like your prized possession.
I know. She's getting a grand tour of the house.
All right, so here's the patio. We could do some more, bring these chairs in.
I probably will tomorrow, honestly.
So she probably will tomorrow, but it's a lot emptier. It's pretty easy this time because we already had a lot of the work done from last time. So anyways, we're gonna call it a night. We got in really early this morning and didn't get much sleep, so.
Let's get you caught up on the latest on this system on the satellite picture. Notice it is still a terrifying looking Category 5 storm. We're continuing to see this system rapidly intensify in the Gulf of Mexico. It's likely to be the most significant, strongest hurricane that anyone living in West Central Florida has ever experienced. Not like Charlie, not like Ian.
All right, guys, good morning. It is Wednesday, October 9th. The storm is supposed to be hitting sometime either this evening, potentially now they're saying into Thursday morning. The morning alert is showing that the storm may have intensified, which is kind of nerve-wracking. They're thinking now it's either gonna hit at a Cat 3, potentially a Cat 4 the West Coast. And then still, as it works its way across the state, they're still predicting that it's gonna stay a Category 1. So what that means for me today, I've been up now for the last at least hour getting Eddie ready for work. He is officially at the firehouse. He's got all the food that he needs, and then the firehouse itself should have all the supplies that he needs to support himself. For us, for Cooper, Daisy, and I, we have a lot of work ahead of us because we did a really good job, I think, yesterday, getting the house organized, getting all the main essential things inside the house. As you can see, my patio is now in my living room. And at this point, with the storm increasing, I'm gonna pull a few more things, I think, off the patio just to make sure that they are not items that could potentially be considered like weapons that get flown and fly around in the air. So this is kind of where we sit today. That's what it looks like. It's already starting to rain. Honestly, quite cozy if you ask me. But when you know what's coming, it is a little intimidating. So I'm gonna let the ladybirds, our chickens, I'm gonna let them out. That way they have some time to be normal chickens out in the yard doing their thing until they are moved to the bathtub. Okay, so I'm determined to have a hurricane party by myself. So one fun thing I did to keep things lively, to keep things in the holiday season, since it is fall, is we made cinnamon rolls. Woo! Okay, so I just got done taking Cooper and Daisy around, I think probably for our final walk of the next 2 days. The rain has definitely picked up. You're starting to see it. I am gonna do a last minute round outside in the backyard just to see, because I saw I have to put away a little kiddie pool that's Daisy's, the bag from the gravel, stuff like that. So I just wanna make sure everything on the exterior of the house is a-okay. I'm gonna think one more time about the van. I just wanna make sure that this is the right spot, because I'm mainly concerned about, I think, this oak tree, which leaves a lot of debris, and then this palm tree as well. For Hurricane Helene, we actually lost a lot of palm fronds off of that tree. So I think that that's gonna be less of a threat, but that boy does sway a lot. Something else too, I forgot to mention, as I'm walking around, I'm really happy to say a lot of people have their houses boarded up, their windows, their garage doors, which does make me kind of think, should we have done it ourselves? Because we do have shutters, technically we could have put up. At this point, I mean, it's too late, Eddie's not here anymore, but I am happy to see a lot of these neighbors around the block. They did take extra precaution and actually put these shutters on their windows. All right, so it is almost 1 p.m. now, still working. Everything is seemingly normal. As you can see, it's not too bad out here. It definitely is coming in the bands. The bands are coming, not a lot of wind yet. Definitely lots of rain already. I have put, for now at least, a bucket so we can see the amount of rain that we've gotten. And I put this out at 9 o'clock, so it's not too much right now. It's a 5-gallon bucket. I just thought it would be interesting. All right, guys, it is now just a little bit after 2 o'clock. I have put a rain jacket on because I'm gonna move outside, make one more final round to see what stuff needs to come in. Here, let me show you. It's starting to intensify outside a little bit. You can see the rain is picking up. We're definitely starting to get more rain, the rain bands are coming through because it's off and on pouring really, really hard. The wind is starting to pick up, and oddly enough too, it's 74 degrees out here. So that tells you something big is coming. Okay, pool is completely overflowing. She is filled to the brim. But look, it's already getting soppy. Uh-oh. You guys doing okay so far? Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so Daisy and I wanted to give you the weather report. It's now just after 3:30 and things are starting to pick up a little bit. So like we said last time, it's getting colder out. It's around 74 degrees. The wind is now starting to come and pick up. We can see here, I'll try to show you guys. You can see on the lake that we're actually starting to get some waves.
that's being formed from the wind. You can also look at our palm tree. So nothing too insane just yet, but it definitely comes and goes. Let's quickly check our bucket. Okay, yeah, we've gotten a lot more rain since we've looked. Once again, it's a 5-gallon bucket, so we're kind of tracking. As long as it's okay for that to stay out there, we're tracking to see how much rain we get, just because it's interesting. But it's starting to get a little spooky because it's getting darker. All right, guys, so I'm happy to share it's officially 5 o'clock, and to kick this hurricane party off, I have officially made myself my first hurricane drink. It's a thing, look it up. Floridians do it. I decided to make it fall inspired with apple cider and rum. I know I'm by myself, but there's a lot of spookiness that's about to come during the darkness. So it is officially ladybird time. We are gonna be pulling them in. Let's get going. Oh, there they are, guys. Okay. I need a chicken. Ladybirds! Oh, come on. Come on. Ready and up. We're doing it! This is officially happening. So we got all of our ladybirds inside. They have a lot to say. But I know that they are going to be so much happier now that they're dry and they're safe. Like I said, now we're going to make sure they have food and water as well. But overall, I'm really happy that they're inside. They're safe. It helps me, it helps them. I'm also going to work on getting the doves inside too, putting them on some of my big plants that are typically outside. That way they have more of a natural environment that hopefully reduces some stress. But we're getting wrapped up so we do not have to go outside as it gets spookier and spookier. So you guys probably haven't seen him. His name is Crazy Clown because he makes this really cool noise. It's like hee hee, a little bit like Michael Jackson. Fun fact, Crazy Clown is, he's hitting 24 years old. So he has seen several storms. This is not new to him. But he is super chill because he's been around for so long that I think I'm gonna just let him hang out on my beautiful monstera because it's natural, and I know I normally put him on the monstera on a regular basis. So I think this is where Crazy Clown's gonna be, and I'll obviously make sure he has food and water as well throughout the night, throughout the day. But for now, Crazy Clown I think is set. So we've got our girl Isabella here. She is another mourning dove. She is probably, I don't know, 5 years old, something like that. And she is very frisky and loves people, loves flying, loves it all. So I'm gonna find a good spot for her that she can hang out inside in a free environment. So I know it's dark in here, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. That way she's relatively calm. But I think I'm gonna let her hang out on my fiddle leaf fig in the guest bedroom, and I'll leave the door open. So I also want to show that Isabella has found herself a new home. She is hanging out, it's so cute, next to Crazy Clown so that they are close and in the storm together. Hurricane update, Isabella has now made herself right at home. She is now eating chicken feed off the kitchen table. We need to change some things. And all Daisy wants to do is have a good time with her ball. Let's check up on Coop. It's been a little bit. Okay, still completely unfazed. Having the time of his life. Cooper, here you go, boy. He's the steady one. Okay, so it's starting to get spooky outside. We can't see anymore, and all we do is hear some stuff. So we have decided, right, Cooper? Cooper's involved now. We have decided to start making dinner. You know why? Because what's the point of waiting until the power goes out? So we're having delicious kale, and then we have some plant-based buffalo wings. So that's dinner for tonight. This is what a hurricane dinner looks like while we do nothing other than watch the hurricane on TV.
Doing that, and a lot of
quick. Let's see out the back how bad it is. You can hear how much louder the storm is. I mean, you guys can see the plumeria, the trees. They're not doing well. This bucket, okay, it's more than halfway full, our 5-gallon bucket at this point. And let's go down the lake. Okay, I'll look really quick. Oh my God, are you kidding me? The paddleboard is floating inside the fence. Are you okay. Okay guys, so things are definitely intensifying at this point. It is after midnight, it's 12:16 at this point. I'm fully alert. I'm probably gonna be awake for the next few hours just because of what's going on. The next few hours are also supposed to be like the most intense portions of the storm. There is a lot of wind and a lot of rain that's happening. You guys just saw the last little clip. The lake at this point is fully inside the fence line. It is hitting the pool. The paddle boards, the kayaks, they're floating inside of the fence. It's creepy. We're here. We are tracking the storm along with the TV. We still have power, which is a really exciting news. We've eaten. Cooper and Daisy are okay. The chickens are in. The doves are okay. So overall, like, we're doing really well. So I'm gonna be up for the next few hours, just kind of tracking to see how everything is going. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, good morning guys. It has been a long night. I have tried to get out the back door and I had to like ram my body to get it to open. Cooper, Daisy, stay. We've got wires on the floor. Okay. We've got some work to do. Come on, Cooper. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so this is probably the worst. I've already been out here a little bit, and our neighbor, he had a patio. The patio is now flexed over the roof, and there are chunks in the front yard as well, like sheets of the metal in the front yard. That's not bad. Oh, our 5-gallon bucket. Let's actually look. You guys, that's how much water we got. It's a 5-gallon bucket, and I would say it's 3/4, 4/5 of the way full. Our beautiful plumeria tree. We'll have some work that needs to be done. The pool, I mean, we knew this. Oh goodness, okay. So the cap's gone. Irrigation pump is trash, okay? This was once over here. We're gonna have to see if the pool equipment's garbage. I'll check on that with Eddie when he gets back. So Eddie actually got released early and he's on his way. And we'll do a little bit more assessment once he gets home. This is the other side of the pool. Oh God, my garden. Okay, let's look at this. Oh my God, you guys, the peppers are still hanging on. What the heck? How is this possible? Oh my gosh, it's pretty cool. Okay, so look at this. Our kayak is floating. Eddie's wave generator, it lasted. This is, wow.
So let's look at the damage. We're missing a screen here, there, the top bar on top of the door is gone. Surprisingly. That screen's missing. So we're gonna really have to do work here in the patio.
We could, if we wanted to sell the house now, we could advertise as more water access.
Yeah, the lake just grew. Here's our irrigation pump.
I'm worried the electric goes in the water and everything, so that needs to be shut off.
It's already shut up there.
Oh! What stinks about this is that this is exactly what happened Hurricane Ian. Not as bad though. The water is definitely higher and it just sucks. It's a lot of work. I feel bad for Andres though.
All right, so we're doing a little bit of a windshield survey. We're seeing our neighbor Andres, poor guy, his patio blew over. That used to be in the back of his yard, now it's in the front. Our neighbor Ron over here.
Oh wow, look at how they boarded up their window.
Yeah. Lost a palm tree, but that wasn't, I don't know where that came from.
Wow, that's really sad. That's a massive tree.
Uprooted.
Yeah.
So I think this might be part of the reason why we don't have signal, even though that's just on the telephone wires. So it looks like we have some trees down on the train tracks. Same thing down there.
So this is a drainage point into Lake Apopka.
There's normally no water here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's saying that there's normally no water here.
All right, these people completely lost the roof.
It's crazy. That's Lake Apopka right there, and this is the drainage. That shows you how much the lake rose.
Yeah, I don't think
Wow.
this is supposed to be a boat ramp.
No, that's not supposed to be a boat ramp.
Her generators, yeah. Oh, dang.
All right, so these people lost their entire enclosure. That's a bad day.
Aftermath from Hurricane Milton. I would say the lake rose a little bit. So I just want to show this is one plus to Milton that just came through. He threw a ton of palm fronds all across the property, and so we got creative with it, and our ladybirds now have a very thick shelter that's going to provide shade, especially in summer. Look at it. Super cool, right? It's a good use of product instead of the dump taking it. The rest, we've been burning. Okay, so I know that this is a very weird way to end this video, but we had a trip to the mountains scheduled for literally a day after Hurricane Milton came through, so we had to go. We still literally do not have power. Today is Saturday. They're estimating that it's gonna come through potentially Sunday by midnight, so we have a neighbor who is set to come to the house every single day to keep the generator up and running.
Thank you, Roger.
Thanks, Roger. But we did want to, you know, close the video out by saying we are thinking of all of those who were impacted by the storm, especially those on the West Coast. Like I said earlier, part of our hearts are there. So we will be going to the West Coast sometime in the near future and making sure that we bring stuff to take care of those who are there. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. The next time you see us, it's gonna be something fun. See you there. Bye, guys.